Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Nassan and today I'm going to teach you all about infinitive phrases in English. If you're trying to improve your grammar or just curious about how infinitives work, this lesson is for you. Okay, let's learn. Now let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever seen a sentence like to travel the world is my dream? What does that even mean? And why does it start with to travel? Well, today we're going to break it down and see what's really going on. What is an infinitive phrase? Well, an infinitive is formed with to plus base verb, but an infinitive phrase is formed with to plus base verb plus other words. It can be objects, it can be a modifiers. Let's look at this example. To learn English fluently is my goal. As you can see, to learn English fluently is our infinitive phrase and it is acting as a subject in this sentence. All kinds of infinitive phrase structures and their uses. Infinitive phrases have four types and today we are going to learn about their structures and uses in the sentences. That includes simple infinitive, perfect infinitive, progressive infinitive, and perfect progressive infinitive. Let's begin with simple infinitive. What is it? The simple infinitive is the basic form of a verb that usually comes with to. So, the simple infinitive is the basic form of a verb that usually comes with to. Let's look at its form to plus base verb and its examples: to read, to go, to study, to be, etc. Why do we use the simple infinitive and what it does in a sentence? There are four reasons that we use the simple infinitive in a sentence. Reason number one, talk about goals or intentions. I want to learn English. I want. What do you want? To learn English. Show the reason or purpose of an action. So, reason number two, show the reason or purpose of an action. She studies to pass the exam. She studies to pass the exam. Why does she study? To pass the exam. Reason number three, express actions in a general way. Express actions in a general way. To travel is exciting. To travel is exciting. And reason number four, use after certain verbs like what? Like want, hope, plan, agree, need, etc. and adjectives. So we use the simple infinitive after certain verbs that they are these and after adjectives. For example, he needs to rest. As you can see, there is a simple infinitive after a certain verb. So he needs to rest. Example number two. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to help. As you can see, the simple infinitive comes after an adjective. Let's go to next one, perfect infinitive. The perfect infinitive is formed with to plus how plus past participle. So, to how past participle. Examples: to how eaten, to how finished, to how seen, to how studied. So, these are its examples. Why do we use it? We use the perfect infinitive to Please pay attention. We use the perfect infinitive to talk about actions that happened before another action or time, usually in the past. So we use it to talk about actions that happened before another action or time, usually in the past. Examples in the sentences. Examples in sentences. Example number 1. She is happy to have passed the exam. She is happy to have passed the exam. The passing happened before now. The passing happened before now. Example number 2. He seems to have forgotten my name. He seems to have forgotten my name. The forgetting happened earlier. The forgetting happened earlier. And example number 3, they were lucky to have survived the accident. They were lucky to have survived the accident. The surviving happened in the past. The surviving happened in the past. And example number 4, I meant to have called you, but I didn't. I meant to have called you, but I didn't. I planned to call before, but I didn't. The next one is progressive infinitive. Progressive infinitive. The progressive infinitive is formed with to be plus present participle ing form. For example, to be going, to be studying, to be working, to be sleeping. Why do we use it? We use the progressive infinitive to show that an action is or was in progress at a specific time, usually when talking about ongoing action. So pay attention please. We use the progressive infinitive to show that an action is or was in progress at a specific time, usually when talking about ongoing action. Examples in sentences. Example number 1. He seems to be sleeping. The action sleeping is happening now. The action sleeping is happening now. Example number 2. She pretended to be reading. She pretended to be reading. The reading was happening at that time. The reading was happening at that time. And example number 3, they appear to be working on the project. They appear to be working on the project. Ongoing action now. And example number 4, I'm happy to be studying English. I'm happy to be studying English. Studying is currently in progress. Studying is currently in progress. The next one is perfect progressive infinitive. The next one is perfect progressive infinitive. The perfect progressive infinitive is formed with to have been plus present participle ing form. Examples: to have been studying, to have been working, to have been waiting, to have been sleeping. And when do we use the perfect progressive infinitive? We use it to talk about an action that was ongoing in the past before another time or action. We use it to talk about an action that was ongoing in the past before another time or action. Examples in sentences. She seems to have been crying. She seems to have been crying. The crying was happening over a period of time before now. So the crying was happening over a period of time before now. Example number 2, they claim to have been working all night. They claim to have been working all night. The working started in the past and continued for some time. Example number 3, he is tired to have been running for hours. He is tired to have been running for hours. The running happened earlier and lasted a while. Also, infinitive phrases can function as noun, adjective, and adverb that we are going to learn about their structures and their uses in the sentences. As a noun, an infinitive phrase can be the subject or object of a sentence. So, an infinitive phrase can be the subject or object of a sentence. For example, number 1, to learn English is important. To learn English is our infinitive phrase, and since it comes before a verb, it is a subject. So it functions as a noun. And number 2, she wants to travel abroad. She wants to travel abroad. She wants to travel abroad. To travel abroad is our object and is the infinitive phrase. So it functions as a noun. As an adjective, it can describe a noun or telling us more about it. More about what? More about a noun. For example, I need a book to read. I need a book to read. The phrase tells us what kind of book. I need a book. Which book to read? What kind of book to read? So this phrase is describing our noun. As an adverb, it can modify a verb or often shows purpose, reason, or result. So it can modify a verb or often shows purpose, reason, or result. For example, he studied hard to pass the exam. He studied hard to pass the exam. The phrase explains why he studied. So, he studied hard. Why did he study hard? To pass the exam. So, it functions as an adverb. Let's have a recap. What we learned about infinitive phrase. Do you remember? Let's have a recap. An infinitive. To plus base verb, as I said. For example, to learn, to go, to travel, etc. An infinitive phrase is to plus verb plus other words. It can be objects or modifiers. For example, to read a book quietly. Infinitive phrase can act as noun, adjective, or adverb. To travel is fun. To travel is our infinitive, okay? And since it comes before a verb, before a to be verb, it is a subject, and it functions as a noun. Number 2, adjective. I have homework to finish. I have homework to finish. I have homework. Which homework? To finish. So this functions as an adjective. And adverb, she studies to succeed. She studies to succeed. Why does she study? To succeed. So it functions as an adverb. 4 types of infinitive. Simple infinitive like to eat, perfect infinitive to have eaten, progressive infinitive to be eating, perfect progressive infinitive to have been eating. Okay, let's have a quick practice. Question. Read each sentence and say what role the infinitive phrase plays. Noun, adjective, or adverb. Okay, these are our sentences that we are going to read them and say what role they play. Number 1. To speak English fluently takes a lot of practice. So, to speak English fluently takes a lot of practice. As you can see, to speak English fluently is our infinitive phrase, right? And since it comes before a verb, it is acting as a subject. So, it is noun. Number 2. I have some homework to finish tonight. I have some homework to finish tonight. I have some homework. Which homework? To finish. So, this is an adjective. Number 3. She studies hard to pass the exam. She studies hard to pass the exam. Why does she study hard to pass the exam? So it functions as an adverb. Number 4, his dream is to become a doctor. As you can see, to become a doctor is our infinitive phrase and it is acting as a subject complement. So it is functioning as a noun. And number 5 and the last one, we need a team to complete the project. This is our infinitive phrase and we need a team. Look at the before that before the look at before this infinitive phrase. We need a team. Which team? To complete the project. So this is functioning as an adjective. That's it. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you found this lesson helpful, please like, comment and subscribe for more English grammar lessons. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Until the next lesson, it's bye.